I want to go to this magazine store. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Is it on this street or that one?
I think it's that one.
I want to get like inspiration for fashion videos.
Inspiration?
Yeah, like from the layouts. You know?
Uh-huh.
Like how they, like, you'll see what I'm talking about when we go on the magazine.
Can you just like check out YouTubers and shit?
Yeah, but sometimes YouTubers are so alike that I try to draw inspiration from other sources.
Uh-huh.
Lately, fashion magazines have been that source because I just like the smell of a new magazine.
Yeah.
I miss that art form.
And you say that magazines were dead. I'll never listen to you.
I mean, they are dead. I'm surprised that the store did.
It's still in business, but they have like other shit in there. It's a bodega.
Oh, flowers! I matched it. See, like this one looks like it would be really good. But of course, all the good ones are like sealed, like through your Russia sign.
That's that girl, right? That
Black
stripper.
China.
Is she? I don't know shit
She's
about her.
pregnant by the Kardashian.
She is?
Yeah.
Oh. Baby mom right there.
See, I'm always just like looking at the layouts and stuff. Oh, this looks really good.
Isn't that a song by The Dream? Throw it in the bag? I think it is.
Just throw it in the bag.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to buy me a magazine, that's awesome.
Nah, man. I got a date tomorrow.
What does that have to do with it?
That means that I am on a budget.
If you ever have time.
Oh, wait, go back.
Since you do want to work for a magazine. Like just little stuff like that. Like I'm into that. I'm into the grunge.
The grunge look or the grunge art?
Yeah. All
Yeah.
of it. What are you talking about?
I just read all the magazines.
Dude, this would be cool. Like the two different screens, a split screen and then the words in the middle.
Oh, okay.
That would be fun. I was seeing all the good magazines. Like I like the
Fat magazine. That one looks too skinny to be
Like
fat.
I like their basic front layout.
Yeah.
Like that's really cool.
Kin 4.
But other than that, on the inside,
Feels like a
it's pretty
paperless, a paperback.
basic. And then there was another one that I liked.
I'm like all on your titties.
I have titties.
Alexis doesn't think she has titties.
Italia. Well, this place is pretty busy for an outdated art. It sounds so bad, I feel bad even saying it. This place was like auctioning off paintings, and I would come and get the free paintings so I could have big canvases and paint over them. Like, isn't that so terrible?
Yeah. Shitty person.
Art is like so expensive.
I don't want to go in there now.
We're not gonna.
It's like you used to do terrible things to this.
They were throwing those paintings away. It sounds so bad, I feel bad even saying it. This place was like auctioning off paintings, and I would come and get the free paintings so I could have big canvases and paint over them. Like, isn't that so terrible?
Yeah. Shitty person.
Art is like so expensive.
I don't want to go in there now.
We're not gonna.
It's like you used to do terrible things to this.
They were throwing those paintings away. It was like the stuff that nobody wanted.
What about their art?
Oh, this is so cool. I love the camel stuff. The normal person doesn't appreciate like texture.
Oh.
Oh my god, so funny. Everything in here is actually really good. Like, I'm so impressed right now.
I don't think I get this.
I never like really come in here.
Aren't you happy I suggested we should come in here?
That was very mentally stimulating. Thank you for making me come in.
You're welcome.
It's coffee and makeup time. I function in chaos, obviously. I want to show you guys my outfit of the day, but of course I can't because there's bikes and all this crap in front because that's just how I live. So I'm in these same boyfriend jeans that I always wear. You guys have seen them a million freaking times, but these are actually a lot baggier, and I wish you guys could see just how baggy they are because they're a size 27, which is not my size, but by the time I saw these gray ones there was only 27s left. So I mean, they're boyfriend jeans. I feel like I could get away with it. I am on my period and I am having lots of cramps. Actually, let me get some ads. So I don't think I'm gonna wear a t-shirt that shows all my bloating, so I'm gonna have to throw on something regular. Do a little front tuck and I'm good to go. Yeah. And there's still some elements of sexiness here with the back open. But yeah, I mean, I'm on my period, so how sexy can I be? I'm definitely a little late to work, but I wanted to show you guys how good I did at Goodwill. I ended up with a chop top box crater, which is something I'm probably gonna use for just chopping up my vegetables since I do that now. I've been doing a lot of meal prepping because you guys know I'm tired of spending $15 or more. And so just for a basic lunch, I mean, it's one thing if I'm indulging and going out, but just for a quick bite to eat, that's a little much. And then I got these watermelon little tchotchkes just because I thought they were so cute. I don't know, sometimes at Goodwill I'm like all into the clothes, but sometimes I'm all into the like homeware, and sometimes I'm all into the books, and this was one of the times where I was just all into the books. The Trials of Maria Barbella. The back just seemed good. The Paints are from Shanghai, which is another novel that I plan on getting lost in. A bunch of short stories by Stephen King, because Stephen King is such a great writer, and my brothers happen to be reading a lot of Stephen King because his books are so big and action-packed and all of that. I have a very big obsession with memoirs, so I got reading Lolita and Tehran, however you say it, but it's basically about somebody's relationship with books, but from a memoir point of view, so I can't wait to get into that. I've been wanting to read Eat, Pray, Love because the movie was kind of good, and I know it should be like called Eat, Pray, Privilege, because who can really just afford to travel and discover themselves? Nobody. I wish I could, but I will live vicariously through Elizabeth Gilbert, who also had one of my favorite TED Talks. And then I got The Alchemist because I gave my other one to Mario, and I'm probably never gonna see that, and this one just seems so new, so I was like, let me get it. I got The Giver because it was a childhood favorite, and like it brings back such nostalgia. I love this book with every part of me. One of the best dystopias of all time. I actually got this for my sister-in-law's daughter. It's Chicken Soup for the Teenage Soul, and I just remember reading this when I was younger, when I was a teenager, and it just like getting me through so much because I felt like somebody understood me. Wow, that was such good finds. Like, I'm so excited. Anyways, let me go to work before I get in trouble. I found a place in the shade to have my lunch. I was going to walk to Washington Square Park, but dude, that's gonna be like a 15-minute walk, and I can't waste my break like that, you know? Because I just wanted to sit down and read. Oh, I forgot to show you, I showed you guys all those books this morning, and I forgot to show you guys the book I'm reading now. This is not what the cover looks like. normal. It's called the Celestine or Celestine prophecy. Basically about like a renaissance in consciousness, like, you know, a collective awareness of the youth, you know, that we all just kind of feel. I mean, it's a novel, it's fiction, but it's kind of touching on, you know, these things that we all feel. A sense of restlessness, like how we're all looking for more fulfillment in our lives. I think it's something we can all relate to, and it's kind of interesting because it kind of seems like it's talking about now, even though I think this book is from the 90s, but it could also just be that every youth feels this way. Just something to think about. Also, I just showing you guys those books this morning, and then going to the little art thing around the corner with Max the other day, it just made me realize how important just indulging in art is. You can never really be a great artist if you're not indulging in art. Like, I remember when I was younger, I always think about this. I always say, how come I used to write so much when I was a teenager? How come I used to create so much when I was a teenager? And I always like blame it on time. Like, oh, you had so much free time. That's why you could do so much. But that's not necessarily true, you know. It also has to do with the fact that I was reading so much. I was consumed by film and art. I just soaked in so much of it, and that makes you become a better writer, a better painter, a better editor, a better filmmaker. And I'm never gonna be better. I'm never gonna be the female Charles Bukowski like I always strive to be if I'm not completely immersed in those things. If this cop bothers me, you saw him slow down. He wants to do it. So I always complain about wanting to be a better writer or wanting to write more, and the first step in doing that is to read more. I'm basically just having a quinoa bowl right now that I made at home. I remember never wanting to go to art school because I was like, nobody could ever help me with my creativity, and I never wanted to go to museums or anything of that nature because I never wanted to be too influenced by those things. But as I get older, I realize that's what makes you better, and you're influenced by every single thing that goes through your mind, whether you like it or not. I'm gonna be influenced by every piece of art I see, because I can't even watch a movie without thinking, oh my god, what a beautiful wide lens, I should use that on my next lookbook. I can see the perfect frame and everything that I visually see. I see the color theory, I see how I would paint it, I see the details in it that I would write about, and that way I see beauty in every single thing around me. I can be in the ugliest place in the world, I can be in the most beautiful place in the world, I could be in the beach, I could be in the city, I'll still find the beauty in anything or anyone. But at the same time, I can never fully enjoy art the way other people can enjoy it, where you're just taking it in. Like I could never fully be in a movie like I used to be, because my mind always wants to know how they did this transition, or where the camera's set up, or what editing techniques did they use. And the same thing with writing. I notice it in writing, and mostly writing and film. Those are the two things that I like see that with the most. A gift and a curse, I mean, what can you say? Beautiful little lunch break here. How amazing is this view? Tears to it, y'all.
lobster, dude. Are you kidding me? I didn't even know Ed's Lobster existed.
We're having a little smoke break. I mean, she's having a smoke break. I don't have smoke breaks, but
It's bad, I know.
what did we do tonight? Can you relay it?
So Alexis met me at my job. There was a guy, a musician there, him and his band, and they were having drinks and getting ready to celebrate the birthday of the DJ that is affiliated with it. The DJ didn't show up at the time when we were there. He was out having dinner or lunch or whatever with whoever. And we just had a good time and looked at the sunset and met new people. And now we are at Ed's Lobster Bar, which has really good calamari. Hanging with friends and my boyfriend. And that's it.
Good times.
Always good times.
We're trying to make this more of a habit, but we are both adults with adult responsibilities.
Very true.
So, I mean, the good thing about Tira is she understands, like, she understands that I'm an adult and she doesn't get offended by it, like, but I really want to make more of an effort because I don't want my life to revolve around work.
I feel like me and Alexis are almost like the same person, just in different bodies.
Yeah.
Because she knows that she's a flake and I know that she's a flake, but I know I'm a flake because I do it too. And
she knows exactly when to call me out. I was actually saying this earlier.
Right.
She was like, she's thinking about it. She's tired right now. It's the end of her day.
It's the end
Let
of
me
her
call
day.
her.
She could easily go home.
Let me just call her out right now.
Right. And there are times when I'll be like, hey, come, and she's like, oh yeah, and then she doesn't make it, and I'm like, all right, cool. But there are certain times, and it's usually the right time, where I'm like, you better bring it. You better come, and you better come down.
And then I'm like, all right.
And then we have fun.
She called me out. I gotta do it.
Yeah.
I love her.